Three, two, one.
Welcome to In the Mix Africa, where we make sure that you get the very latest of African football, of course, starting with Namibia. And today, we're going to have a reasonably chunky Namibia focus. And you understand why, because we've got a special guest. If you think Namibian football and you start naming lists of legends, if you don't hit his name by number 3, you're lost. You're lost. So this is In the Mix Africa with Ash Wimberry. We're going to look at the log. We're going to have short corner from Mike Sichula as he updates us on the new Football Association of Zambia president. And obviously, Brian is going to be Brian. Between Brian and betting, Brian will be doing his thing. That's a triple B. But from me, Ash Wimberry, like I said, you're in the right place. Welcome to In the Mix Africa. So in 1997, I was figuring out how to tie my shoelaces as a grade 1 student. Yet one person was already strapping up their boots to play for Sundowns, and they did so until 2005. That's not all that they did. They had 69 caps for the Namibia national football team. They were also a goalkeeping coach for Bloemfontein as well as Maritz. Others call him the GOAT, and I am others. Please welcome Mr. Ronnie Canelelo to In the Mix Africa. How are you doing, sir?
Hi, Ashwin.
Good.
Thank you.
All right. So, what a career it's been.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good career.
I think you wanted to be a little humble over there to try down, but you're like, no, I did the work.
Normally I don't like to talk about myself, so yeah.
No, but it's been incredible watching your journey. You're a proper football guy, you know what I mean? Whether it's playing, whether it's coaching, you have so much success. You've won the Premier League, currently coaching the Buccaneers, 5-game unbeaten streak, which is absolutely fantastic. But of course, we expect no less from you. And it's fantastic to have you on the show. How has this Marine season been feeling for you thus far?
Yeah. I started with African Stars, and then I left after I think 6 or 8 games. And then I actually wanted just to take a break because I was busy with some other stuff outside football. And then Buccaneers came calling, and it was not easy to take up the job because of my other commitments, etc. But one of the board members is a good friend, and they were in a situation, and I felt like, okay, no, I can help you. I can take you out of the.
The game keeps calling you back.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Randy. Let's have a look at the league table right now as it stands. And currently at the top is African Stars, and they're sitting on 48 points. We're just going to go on the rankings right now. So it's African Stars with Young African just behind the mighty Gunners, FC Ongos, Khomas Nampo, University of Namibia, UNAM, Chula KK Palace, Blue Waters, Okahanja United, Tigers, Buccaneers were certainly on their way up, 5 games undefeated. Julinho Athletic, and in the red we have Blue Boys, Young Brazilians, as well as Kuka Tops. Now, Ronnie, just in one phrase, how would you describe the current level of the competition, the current level of difficulty in the league?
Yeah. Of course, it's a very, very volatile league, but it has been consistent this season, except Ongos who started very slow and now being part of the top pack. But Stars, African Stars, young African, it has been quite consistent. Nampol has dropped towards the end. Mighty Gunners are pushing them, but it has been quite consistent. What you see on the top and what you see at the bottom, in the middle, it's always, today you're there, tomorrow you up, you down. But in total, it has been consistent. What you see on the log, it's how the season actually started and where it is at the moment.
Yes, and you're not someone who shudders from a challenge. You know what I mean? To take on a team in such circumstances. How has that experience been for you? Because I mean, you literally had to hit the ground running.
Yeah, no, I've seen them. I've seen them playing. I watch a lot of football. I try to see what it is that is being done, and it was actually quite easy for me because the only thing I did was just to restructure the team, make them more an organized unit, outline their roles and responsibilities, because a lot of players don't understand their roles and responsibilities. They don't know their characteristics in terms of their position. So you ask a player, what is your position? He will just tell you, I'm an attacking midfielder or I'm a centre back. But if you ask more, your roles and responsibilities, if you ask what is the characteristics needed in that position, then you find that they're actually not there. So it's just a matter of, for them, it's just playing football without purpose. Yes.
Well, it looks like they need you, and someone who could take your advice on taking on a new team and being able to amalgamate the players. Ruben Amorim, I hope you're watching. Did you hear that? That's what a real coach gets done. All right, so Ronnie now is going to go to Fireball to get some braaiing done with Brian. And when he returns, we're going to be talking about his experience as an African football and how he feels about the state of African football right now. Stay within the mix, Africa.
Your life could change at any second, but you'll never know until you take the chance. With sports betting, number games, and online casino gambling, JSB is your best bet. Will you be Namibia's next instant millionaire? Place your bets easily online at jsbsports.bet or at any JSB location nationwide. We'll take you to the action anywhere, anytime. JSB, where the next instant millionaires come to play. Strictly no under 18s. JSB supports responsible gambling. Winners know when to stop.
Well, viewers, it's such an honor to be standing with this man, Ronnie Kanalelo, a big player back in the days, a big coach as well. Bucks Pakatni is coaching now. But now, I think the football chat, let's leave it that side. I want to see what the skills are like in the kitchen. So just tell me, how does your usual Saturday looks like? If you have to put on something on the grill, what do you put together? What is your favorite meal to put together on a wonderful Saturday with a fire?
No, normally, the culture is when you have a braai, that's pretty much basic, when you organize a party or whatever, a small thing, you know what you want. If it's a potjie, it's a potjie. If it's a braai, it's a braai. So it's all about getting the ingredients and then you get it rolling.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So for this one, I decided we're gonna do some lamb chops with the traditional braai broodjie. So this is just where we put some tomato and some onion and some cheese on the broodjie. I think Ashwin is gonna like this one. We've been doing the pap, and you missed out on the pap last weekend. That was very nice. But okay, cool. I'm gonna put you to the test. I want you to replicate what I did here in less than a minute with this one. This one, we're putting you on the spot now. Great coach, great football career. Let's see if Ronica Nalelo can. Do you guys see this? What I did here. So Ronnie, they need you to do the same thing. I'll help you with your cheese. My meat is almost ready. I have to go get the meat as well. So
Are we ready?
We're ready. We're just
Okay.
waiting for you to finish your.
My broodjie.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm checking on the meat while we wait for Ronnie there. Legale Festani. This is what I want. This is what we're looking for. Ronnie is fast, eh? Okay. The meat is. We got the meat out. I'm gonna need this quickly while you're busy there. And viewers, I think. Please do not underestimate my braai skills.
Only
Please do not. Only make two. Make one more. Okay, so this is how it looks like. This is what Ronnie has come up with. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. And then we take off the meat. Okay, so Ronnie, how are you doing there? Are you managing?
I'm just doing what you did with yours.
I think you can add a bit of pepper on yours. Okay. Okay, that's quite quick. That's quick. You're actually doing a great job there. Okay, it looks like Ronnie is done, guys. Finished. Well presented. I think we'll give him a 10 out of 10. Did that very quickly. That's all the time that we do have for you. Before we do get back to the meat, I think you're going to have to go back to the other side and chat with Ashwin more as we get this food ready.
Taking flight has never been easier. Paratus is introducing Sky-Fi internet packages with speeds that will have you reaching for your seatbelts, starting from $500 Namibian excluding VAT per month, with speeds reaching up to 10 megabits per second. There's even a prepaid option where you can top up your Sky-Fi internet for just $15 Namibian per gigabyte. No contracts, no fuss. Visit your nearest Paratus branch to find out more. Or go to paratus.africa/Namibia to sign up online.
Always prepared. Paratus.
In the mix, Africa, Brian Munango and Javon Wilson, we are back to make sure that you guys are sorted for the weekend, giving you the best bet tips, and hopefully you guys can make some money. With this one, we are close to the run-in. The Premier League is almost done. The leagues are almost done, but that doesn't mean football is done. We still have the FIFA Club World Cup that's upcoming, and there's a lot to look forward to. I am joined, like I said earlier, by Javon Wilson, who's probably going to be helping us make some money this weekend. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, pretty well. Glad to be back. Yeah, as you said, like towards the tail end, some of the clubs have won their respective leagues already. I saw some outstanding football this season, especially from Barcelona and some others. So yeah, and as you said, we're also looking forward to the FIFA an expanded Club World Cup, and also the UEFA Women's Euros. We're going to have some nice promotions there for the guys during the off season.
JSB making sure the people are sorted. So like Javon said, stay tuned. Make sure you are updated with the socials because everything will be updated there. We're not going to be wasting any more time. Let's start off with refer a friend and
Yes.
get $100.
Yeah, so basically, as it says there on the screen, You can sign up your friend or get your friend signed up onto JSB. You get the $100 Namibian free bet. They get the 150 sign up bonus plus 25 free spins, which they can use on the casino side of things. But you need to at least have played, throughout your journey with us on your personal account. So you sign up your friends, get $100 free bets, and yeah, you can make some money there.
I think I have a couple of friends that I might. Michelle is first on my list. I'll try and see if I can get her to sign up. And then the match of the week this weekend. I think this is a very straightforward match of the week, Javon Wilson. I'm going to ask you for your prediction on the Manchester United game versus Chelsea. So, viewers, how it happens is you share your comment with your prediction, tag 3 friends, either on Facebook or on Instagram. And at the end of the day, if you got this correct, you win yourself $1,000 in free bets. Hopefully, if you are the only one, like the Barcelona game, the match of the week for Barcelona that was last week, we only had one winner who got the prediction correct, and he predicted 4-3 in favor of Barcelona, and he walked away with $1,000 in free bets because no one else challenged him. So yeah,
that is correct. Yeah, so it's a tough game. I mean, you look at it this way. Chelsea and United are both playing next week in the European finals. So you just don't know what the coaches might think. You want to rest some players. There's nothing really to play for. I mean, maybe Chelsea have a little bit of a chance there that they can perhaps get Champions League football. United really was safe from relegation. Yeah. It's shocking for me to say that. So I'm not sure if we will play our first team there. I don't think Amarin will do that. So the best bet for me personally would be both teams to score.
Both teams to score. Well, on a more like accurate note, I'm gonna say 2-2, both teams to score with Devon. I think it's gonna be a draw. Chelsea have been very poor this season, and I don't think it's gonna work well for them. Well, okay, we do have a big match that's upcoming this week, and that's the Europa clash between Tottenham Hotspurs against Manchester United. That will be on the 21st of May. I think that's the first final of these 3 trophies. Conference is only after this. Champions League is only end of the month. So yeah, Javon, thoughts on this game? Are we going through? Are we lifting our trophy? Or is Spurs going to have a thing to say about that?
Yeah, I know you're spot on. It's the midweek clash. We were playing first, and then our respective European final. Then Chelsea will host, or they'll play against Real Betis on the weekend. United Spurs. I first need to bring it back. To be an Arsenal supporter must be extremely difficult right now, because you've thrown away the Champions League, you've thrown away everything, and now you have to choose between United, who give you so much banter, and the Spurs side, who are your arch rivals, winning a European title before you. So it's tough. I think United deserve it. I think we definitely, we're almost similar in the league position with Spurs, but I think United can clinch that title, and then we can clinch that Champions League football next season.
Arsenal fans, they are stuck between a rock and a hard place, like Javon said. But I also think Manchester United are going to win that game. The odds look very nice right now. So if you can jump on already and get those bets going. So we'll be having a look at how the Premier League is lining up this upcoming weekend. Very exciting games to look forward to. Aston Villa playing Tottenham, Chelsea, Manchester United, we did mention. United odds to win at 7. So if you want to be brave and take a risk, you can go with United to win that game. Everton, West Ham, and then Leicester also take on Ipswich. And then we also have Brentford taking on Fulham, with Arsenal taking on Newcastle for the Champions League fight day. But that's just one of the games. So without wasting any more time, Javon, please run us through your bet slip. I want to see, you were simple this time, nothing too crazy. So
yeah,
tell us about that.
As I said, as I mentioned earlier on, I went with the Chelsea and United match, both teams to score. Arsenal, Newcastle, as you mentioned now, it's a massive clash there for Champions League football next season. And then Villa and Spurs. I mean, I think that's an open game. Villa, a high-scoring team. Spurs, I think they might hit 1 or 2 there. They might also rest a couple of players for the final. But yeah, simple, $500, 2,300. I think that's good money that you can take into the week.
Very straightforward odds. You can also copy the bet code and you can place your bet. Well, I'm just going to quickly scan through mine so you guys can see what's going on there. I think I went for a similar thing. Villa to win, Everton to win, Nottingham Forest to win, and Leicester to win. Copy the code, get on, and 11 odds, $100 gets you 1,000. Well, that's all the time that Javon Wilson and I have for you viewers. We'll be seeing you guys next week. Same time, same place.
All right, it's time for us to get into Short Corner. I'll bet we are talking about what was a long game. And the long game was Zambia was struggling to elect the president of the Football Association of Zambia. And it seems they have a lawyer who is the answer. Here's Mike Sichula.
quite an interesting turn of events because the incumbent Andrew Kamanga seemed to have fallen short of councillors because the Electoral College is about 86 members. That's Keith member there on the second from your left. So he was elected, beating the incumbent by over 25 votes. He got 45 votes, and the incumbent got 20 votes. So he was declared winner. So Mr. Keith Mwemba is coming to the Football Association of Zambia with a promise to promote unity of purpose in the sports. According to him, he said that what has happened in the past, where there seems to have been disunity in the past, him when he comes to ensure that this unity is maintained and restored. And also, when he spoke to delegates, he did say that he did acknowledge that the past president, Mr. Andrew Kamanga, did a lot of work, especially in the promotion of women football, something that he has pledged to continue where Mr. Kamanga has left. So it was a sigh of relief because this AGM, the one that took off in Kabwe, was the reconvened one, for having that the first one that was supposed to usher him into office in Livingstone on the 29th failed because of an injunction. So he's received a lot of congratulatory messages from as far as FIFA President Gianni Infantino, and this week Mr. Mwemba will be traveling to Zurich to go and meet the president. So it is a good turn of events, considering that it was highly intense. It had divided the nation. So Mr. Mwemba is coming with a lot of expectations to ensure that, for instance, the Copa Liprica is maintained, to ensure that the Copa Queens continue to thrive, to ensure that Coach Avram Grant, whether he will be given a new contract, or to also see to it that whether Fashion Sakara and Hazel Onari are going to come back to the national teams, because they were believed to have been left out by the past administration. So those are some of the expectations.
You're still within the Mix Africa, and I'm with the special legendary guest who is Ronnie Kanalelo. And I want to talk to Ronnie now about his experience in Africa outside of Namibia and his thoughts on the state of African football right now. Ronnie, what was it like when you first put on that Sundowns jersey and you realize, yo, I'm an international player?
Yeah. Obviously, it was a dream. They came calling, and I saw the opportunity to get out of Namibia and play in an organized environment. And I grabbed it. It was a good feeling, to play professional football.
And we have to say, Sundowns has got a solid legacy when it comes from Namibia. From the back to the front, I think they can safely say that they've gotten some of the best talents.
Yeah. I mean, they are very clear what they want, what type of players they want. I was recommended. They came down to watch me play against Cameroon here, and immediately after the match, I was approached, and that's how I joined Sundowns with Shalulile. They saw him playing for. For Highlands Park, and they needed a striker, and he was bringing in goals when he was at Highlands Park, and he has never stopped.
He really has never stopped. He's 1 or 2 goals away from the record. Yeah. We'll see how it goes if he can come through from this injury before the last couple of games. But Ronnie, I wanted to ask, how do you feel about the state of African football right now? So not necessarily just, the international players we have in the UK and everywhere, but just as a whole, we're looking at AFCON right now. Do you feel like are we developing together, or is the development still fragmented? Are some regions moving faster than others?
Yeah, there are regions that are moving faster than us, infrastructure-wise, technical, tactical-wise, administration, a lot of football dynamics, Namibia is still part-time. You know, when you go deeper or into other African countries, you'll find that a lot of teams are still are playing full-time, or they operate on a full-time basis. Just small things. We're still playing 2 games a weekend. What does that tell you? We are the only country in the world that plays 2 league games in 2 consecutive days. You know, so a lot of details are not taken into consideration. The welfare of the players, you know, that's key. Players get injured, and clubs don't have the means to rehabilitate them, and then your career is gone, and so
it's work in progress, but it's slow.
It's not about the players at the end of the day. It's just for individuals outside football, or people who are not actively involved on the field of play. That needs to change.
You know, Ronnie, you spoke about the well-being of players. Now, personally, I care about your well-being, which is why we're about to bride right now. We're about to eat some bride food. You and Brian were very, very busy. Yes, Brian, what's happening here? What's the deal?
Let me get my cup first.
Yes.
Okay, so Ronnie, for this one, thank you for helping me out with the Brian Broikies.
Yes.
We call them the Brian Broikies. So what I basically did there was
Brian Broikies.
Brian Broikies. So basically, what happened there was we took some Brian Broikies with some garlic cheese or garlic butter already.
Yes.
We added some cheese. Ronnie and I, some diced tomatoes, diced onion with a bit of salt and pepper, and then the meat. By your request, you guys said you wanted it not too well done, so it's just below well done. So you guys can quickly dive in there and let me know how it tastes like.
No, it's looking.
Patricia, I think you will be very proud of me with the job that I have done for you today. For representing you while you're not here, you should be very proud of your boy. And I made them one of my own recipes. So thoughts?
This is awesome. You know, if you cooked as well as you choose, you know what I mean? If you chose football teams the way you choose food, you'd live a very successful life, my brother. If you're not supporting Manchester United, because this food is tasting.
The stress, man. The stress.
Can we not leave United and just...
No problem. We're enjoying the food. It's just reminding us of what could be.
You can't leave menu out of any football talk, you know. I know the stress that you guys are going through, but you know.
Viewers, I think this gentleman should just enjoy the food. Thank you for having me fully on In The Mix Africa. It was a pleasure. I loved all of it. And I think, how do you guys say goodbye usually?
First of all, this is hilarious because this is like the landlord thanking you for renting. But it's all good. From Brian, Ronnie Canalelo, and Ashwin Betty, this is In The Mix Africa.